Hey there, Zaros. Welcome in. How you doing today? A sec while I push some buttons here. Welcome in. I was actually thinking about you a little bit, or not about you so much as you're playing Minecraft lately, and I started having a little bit of, I don't know if I'd call it a gaming crisis, but it's like Sunday, is kind of my Guild Wars day, or the day that I set aside to progress the Guild Wars Iron Man thing. But, it's kind of been going on and off for a little while, is I feel my attention span for this is really kind of waning. And right before stream, I was just kind of looking through my Steam library, and I was like, oh yeah, while I've never played Minecraft, I have played some of the voxel knockoff games, like Dragon Quest Builders and Portal Knights. And I suddenly had a really strong urge, like, you know what? I feel like playing Portal Knights. So, I don't know. Not today, because I don't want to, I don't like to change programming when, I've already got a day planned. But, I might start, mixing in Portal Knights for kind of a casual Sunday kind of a thing. I always liked Portal Knights because it seemed a little more actiony, a little more RPG than base Minecraft. And I know Minecraft, they added mods, they added like little campaigns and dungeons and things you can do. Spontaneous and random games would be intriguing. Yeah, I kind of feel like it. I just feel Guild War. I feel I owe, in a weird way, I feel I owe Guild Wars a lot. It's kind of how I got to start gaming. I don't really want to just shove it to the side. However, I may find myself taking more and more extended breaks. Because I do want to finish. I do truly want to finish the Iron Man finish. I'm not exactly sure how far I want to take the Iron Man thing. I would assume through Eye of the North. But then there was some story content that came out afterwards, like War in Kryta and Winds of Change. I don't know if I necessarily feel up to doing those. Those are also much, much harder, though, too. But no, for today, I'm in Guild Wars. I might slot in Portal Knight. Like, maybe I'll alternate. Kind of what I'm doing on Tuesdays. Right now, I'm alternating between Baldur's Gate and Alan Wake. Nightmare mode. So maybe Sundays will become a little bit of a flex day. Guild Wars one week, and then some other game, some other time. I did actually just load up... well, I didn't load up Portal Knights. I went to their Steam page. It's like, oh, shoot, there's a lot of DLC. A lot of it seems to be cosmetic stuff, but it looks like they did add some other stuff. So went ahead and picked that stuff up. So who knows? Maybe next Sunday, maybe Portal Nights, or maybe some other random thing. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like. But in the meantime, welcome in Guild Wars Sunday. I believe it. Hang on. What? Yeah, we're about to do a mission, which I believe takes us into Vabbi, which is like the third area. And who do I want? Domination is good. I like my Earth Elementalist. And then double healer. Now for this mission, I need to have Dunkoro in here. Do I want to try to do the bonus on this? The bonus on this mission can be difficult. I'd need to have... Oh, shit. She needs to have comfort animal. And if I want... I'll attempt the bonus, but I won't cry if I don't get it. Pin down. And attack. No, I need to have a sprint or something on her. And I'm also going to need to have a sprint on me. So I'll take this off. And I'll need to have a crippling shot as well. Crippling is marks. Yeah, there it is. Pinned down. The trick with the bonus on this one is there are these two runners that we need to stop before they can pull in reinforcements, and they move quite fast. Oh, hang on. I don't need a third monk because I've got Dunkoro. What is Dunkoro's build? I don't know what that... I'm somewhat limited in my... Oh, wait. No, wait. I can change Dunkoro's build. Oh, what? I don't have my... Oh, no. I've lost all my hero builds. I only have 2 in here. Okay. I was going to put the Zealous Benediction build back on him, but I don't recall what it is off the top of my head. Well, let's see. Let me add... What else can I add? Add another... You know what? I like my archers. We'll just have a bunch of archery going on. Also, I need to allocate some points. Good grief. Serious points. All right. So, let's start the mission. You're in Dunkoro. Yeah, he's in the... Oh, we are ready. Yeah. Yeah, and it's been a little... I think it's been a little while since I've been back in Guild Wars. Because... Like last week, Sunday ended up being Dark Souls Day because our power was out on Saturday. And that day, admittedly, I just felt more like playing Dark Souls than Guild Wars. Or rather, I just wasn't feeling like playing Guild Wars. Oh, I guess we need to talk to him first? There we go. Recognize Dunkoro by his description. Been expecting you to come this way. Oh yes, so we need to... For the bonus, we need to listen to Dunkoro's advice. He, of course, doesn't trust this guy. Why do I think you're lying to us? Is it that you fail to name our so-called friend? Perhaps it's just the way you clutch that blade. Either way, don't trust this one. Yep. Waiting for... It matters little to me whether you trust me or not. I've already been paid. To get through these caverns alive, you'll need a guide, someone who knows the route, lead you to safety. Otherwise, instead of the dozens that lead you to death, right? I'll follow you. No, Dunkuro's right. I don't trust you. We're fighting. Ooh, big numbers. And I'm not particularly worried about any of the difficulty. He's dead and he's still talking. What is the next? Oh, the next thing is avoiding a patrol, I think. Oh, I just barely interrupted Stoneflesh. Whoa, camera clipping. We don't really need to deal with that group. You know, actually, you know what? I have messed this up before. Man, my camera is really jumping around. I have messed this up before. I don't need to kill this group, but there is a risk of over aggro. I'm gonna hit. Oh, Ravenous Bees. All right. There's still one. There we go. Yeah, there's like two patrols there. My entire party is ranged though, so we have a little bit of. Oh, we're losing our pets. And classic over aggro. Yeah, we're losing our pets. The party's doing fine, but our pets, very much not. Oh shoot! Even Donut died. The one level 20 pet we had. All right, let's get the pets back up. Need to manually do that because the heroes don't always. Hey, Senator Fox, welcome in. Guild Wars 1 takes you back. Oh, did you play this as well? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm currently in Nightfall. This playthrough started as kind of an Iron Man challenge where my inventory, I'm not using the Sunlight chest at all. Hey, well, hey, Helson, welcome in. Yeah, I'm not using the Sunlight chest at all. So I'm having to do everything just out of my inventory. And, like, not crafting weapons, like only using weapon drops. I still don't have a perfect bow, honestly. Love this game. Played Guild Wars 2 for years. Yeah, I also played Guild Wars 2 when it came out, and I enjoyed it for a year or two. I forget exactly how long I played it. But once in Guild Wars 2, I set myself a goal, which was to craft this one particular legendary bow. I keep forgetting what it was called. It was kind of this glowing, ghostly, longbow. And, but once I did that, I suddenly felt very empty, like I didn't have anything left to do. I just kind of stopped. Got so scared because internet went down in most of your town. The horse bow or the tiger? Oh, Oh, the horsebow. See, that one I do remember. I do remember the name of that one was called the Dreamer, and I remember that was a short bow. And after I no, and it wasn't the Dreamer. It was. Hang on, I'm gonna have to look it up. Or the Tiger. I don't know the Tiger one. This was a ghostly bow. Let's see. Legendary bows. Gonna do a quick search. Generation 1. Let's see. Weapon type, longbow. It was not kudzu. Yeah, the Dreamer was the short bow. Was it Generation 2? Ferris? Oh, shoot, maybe it wasn't a legendary. I thought it was. It's not in this listing. I guess I satisfied myself with just, you know, hang on, I'm just going to look up longbows and see. Necromancer or Dervish were you main in Guild Wars 1? Yeah, I tended to always be more Ranger. I had one of every class, and I played all of them. The Dervish I played the least. I respected, you know, it had, you know, very good farming builds for it, but there was something about Dervish that just never really clicked with me. Longbow weapon. Good grief. Guild Wars 2. I'm trying to find. Okay, Guild Wars 2 list of longbows. Named. Gallery of longbows. Okay. Oh, Oreen's Flight is kind of cool. Maybe a little glowy and sparkly. Maybe it was a precursor to a legend? Yeah, it might have been. I'm looking it up now. Oh, they've added... This is funny. I'm looking at a Guild Wars 2 thing. I can't, you know, pull it up on stream, but they've added a lot more bows. Some of which are pretty cool looking. But no, it was kind of an icy, you know, icy, ghostly looking longbow. Come on, where is it? Hey there, Dargus. Welcome in. Did they ever add the Underworld to Guild Wars 2? Last I played, you know, the Underworld was just Guild Wars 1. Oh, they've got a lot of good-looking bows in Guild Wars 2 now. I don't have any plan to play it, but Master Floofy, what is this new game I'm playing? I'm playing well, right now I am playing Firefox, looking at, you know, we got into a discussion of Guild Wars 2, and I'm trying to remember the name of the longbow that I crafted, and I cannot remember it. And it's already going to be like the last bow in this gallery. I found a gallery listing of everything. Oh, Winter's Bite. That was a short bow. I am not seeing it in here. It was like the companion to Winter's Bite. Huh. Guild Wars 2 is getting a new expansion. Oh, are they? I hadn't heard. I thought they were... Oh, yeah, I heard... what did I hear? That they were cutting down on the living story stuff, the living story updates, so that they could focus more on bigger expansions, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I really don't keep up with Guild Wars 2 news anymore. Azure Flame, there it is. Yeah, Azure Flame was the bow. It's, yeah, and it looks like the Guardian's bow, you know, the Guardian's summon bow. Okay. Found it. Found it. I was told a story not long ago from another friend of mine who had the horse sounding bow, oh, Dreamer. He stood beside a random guy, was shooting with it until a random guy shouted out loud, "Good God, stop shooting it." Yeah, after I, oops. Buttons aren't, okay. Yeah, after I crafted Azure Flame, I was like, well, you know, shoot, what do I do now? You know, Guild Wars 2, for me, it was fun as long as I had an objective, something I was working towards. And once I crafted that Azure Flame bow, I had no more goals. So I'm like, well, okay, I need to set myself a goal. I toyed around with the idea of setting about to craft the Dreamer, aka the Unicorn bow, but I didn't. Or I think maybe I started to, but just couldn't work up enough interest. Dunkoro, you were supposed to give me some advice. I wonder, oh, he may have given me advice while I was looking for the bow. Yeah, we need to avoid this patrol. If I ever do get into Guild Wars 2, I'm happy to tag along. About 15 years since you last played. Yeah, it's been a fair while. I think I did try to get back into it a couple of years ago, and I opened it up. And no, I actually did get back into it because I hadn't played the first two expansions. What, you know, Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire or something like that. So I got in and I played through those expansions. So I got the mounts and things like that, but then I kind of stopped after that. And then I tried to go back again later, and I was just wandering around the world, and I felt just way too, I was in like a high level area, and I kind of felt way too overpowered. It like wasn't really particularly challenging. Got into a couple of fights and was just kind of, I don't know. Guild Wars 2 is so huge nowadays. Been thinking about buying the latest expansion. So I know they released the Cantha. Was it like Age of Dragons or something like that? I know they released the Cantha expansion. Oh, I'm about to have to deal with this challenge, Dunkoro challenge, which I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do. Latest one released a few months ago. I have not kept up. The last one I heard about was the Cantha expansion, but I think that was quite a while. I want to say that was like early last year, but I'm not sure. End of Dragons is Cantha a few years back. Really, it's been, oh, my sense of time. What is time? It feels like it was, you know, not just yesterday, but I was thinking, you know, early last year, but I don't know. Guild no longer exists or anything. Logged back in maybe last year. Saw it had been updated, wanted to check it out. Yeah, people, you know, sticking around with in guilds, long-running guilds. It's kind of sad. I mean, we can look at, you know, this guild here. I'm the only one on. There have been people on, like, in the last week or so, but getting times to line up is always a struggle. Okay, so I'm going to set her on that Corsair runner. I will take the other runner. Okay. I think she's ready to go. And now they release Secrets of the Obscure, which is about demons. End of Dragons was 28th February 2022. Good grief, that's almost 2 years. Wow, yeah, my sense of time is just not working. All right, Margaret. We're gonna try and catch these guys, but I don't really have any expectation of being able to. Oh, what? She targeted the wrong... I thought... Oh, maybe I targeted the wrong one. Shoot. Well, alright, we've got to fight. I fouled that up. That's fine. I wasn't too worried about it. Secrets of the Obscure was August of last year. Oh, okay. I did mention at the top of stream, I'm kind of in a little bit of a, crisis is too strong of a term, but a little indecisive on, continuing the Sunday Guild Wars thing. Or rather, not indecisive. I plan to continue, but I might space... Holy shit, we just lost Aiden, and we're about to lose Dunkoro. Where's Dunkoro? And why is he getting hammered? I might be taking more and more breaks, or like alternating in other games, because as I was getting ready to start today, I just suddenly had the weirdest impulse to just, it's like, you know what? I don't feel like playing Guild Wars today. I feel like playing Portal Knights, which is one of the Minecraft clones. So, I don't know. I might start alternating Sunday games. Tired of Guild Wars 1? Know the feeling, yeah. And, I'm still on this Iron Challenge. This Iron Challenge started last year. Actually, right around this time last year. It's been a year. And I've just been very slowly picking at it. I think I might be the only one left. Everyone else either already finished the challenge or abandoned it. And I'm still doing it, but I'm very much going at a very slow speed. But, I mean, I've kind of got all these other things that I would like to play, or like to try, so it's also possible Sundays might become, try some random game. Because a lot of times when I pick up a new game to stream, typically on Saturdays or Tuesdays, it is generally my intent to complete the game. But there are a number of games where I'm like, looking at this game, I'm curious about it, but I don't know that I have any intention of actually finishing it. So, maybe a trial day. I have fun playing this, stick to it. See, that's the thing, is Guild Wars 1, I love this game. This was my game from like 2005 through 2010 or so, or even longer. I lived in this game like I lived in no other game. But there's a consequence to that, which is it's very familiar. So it's easy to be, to kind of feel in a rut over it. So, and when I started streaming by, streaming Guild Wars because I just suddenly, had a random hankering. It's like, I feel like playing Guild Wars. And it had been so long that I was making a lot of really stupid mistakes. I thought people on the internet might be amused by some of the mistakes I was making. Like, I forgot what happens when a minion master in your party dies. Spoiler alert, all the minions turn on you and attack your party. I died to that, and I had completely forgotten that. And it's like, you know what? Maybe I'll stream this because, you know, this and Guild Wars 1 seemed to be going through a little bit of a revival at the time too. It's like, you know what? Maybe I'll play. You can tell. Oh, hey, Tickle Train, welcome in. Can I tell you a joke I heard today? You can, provided it doesn't break, you know, any Twitch, terms of service. But yes, jokes generally welcome here. I was running a deep speed clear the other day. It took you 2 runs. You're like, okay, I'm done with this. Partly because you know deep speed clear and tired of teaching it. Yeah, valid. Oh, yeah, get the queen. She's a healer. There we go. Pick up items. Remember, streamer is allowed to have fun. No! No streamers are allowed to have fun. No, I just had curiosity because I mentioned it to Zaros because, you know, he was first in here. Because Zaros streams... Oh, speaking of, I should probably, you know, give him a shout out. But Zaros has been streaming a lot of Minecraft, and he just kind of gets in and just, you know, he's like building castle. Yep, and there he is. Hey, Zaros, would you like to see what the AI has to say about you? Let's see. But he's been doing some Minecraft streams, and it kind of, I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like doing something like that. Just kind of, you know, bum around, do something a little more creative, a little more buildy, you know. The only MMO you bought all the expansions for? Yeah. Alright, let's see what the AI has to say about Zaros. Besides, go check him out. In the pixelated shadows of Minecraft, Zaros Assassin lays blocks with meticulous touch. Don't be fooled by their calm facade. They're a gamer with a penchant for anime and camaraderie. Sailing treacherous waters in the Sea of Thieves, they navigate with a steady hand. And when night falls, they face horrors untold in Resident Evil 3 Remake. A friend to all, yet shrouded in mystery. What tales do they build, block by block? Friend to all, except perhaps Resident Evil 3 Remake. Oh shit, cinematic. 2,000 plus runs in the deep. You love it. You feel like you're at the point where you want to improve yourself.
That way.
When you're tired, you're tired.
Breeze. If you insist on going forward, that is.
What's wrong?
We should be organizing a rebellion in Corna. Instead, we're running.
We're not running. We're going to Vabbi for help.
We're running. And this would be the perfect place for an ambush.
You are correct there, Sunspear.
Oops.
Who's that?
You are the last of your breed, traitors. I will bathe in the blood of you and your comrades.
You don't have enough troops to beat us, General. Let us pass.
He does not fight alone. I will feed on your bodies and feast on your souls.
Ah, yes, I remember this part. You found an appreciation for RE3 Remake. Really? It is fun when playing on stream. But it is short. It is very short. You are correct there. Did I ever do deep speed clear? Not in groups. The deep, a lot of those elite areas, honestly, I kind of missed out on, like way back in the day, because part of the reason Guild Wars appealed to me, there's the no subscription thing, and I like the look of it better than like World of Warcraft. But I was never really able to be in groups for high-end stuff like Underworld, Fissure of Woe. Amusing thing, Fissure of Woe isn't really, high-end anymore. Or the Deep or Urgoz. I have the horrifying story of the one time I did try to do a group for Urgoz. And it ended up taking us like 7 hours to do, because it was a group of, older people, and we all had lives, people had kids or things they needed to go eat dinner. So it was this, Urgoz is like a 2-hour run. It took 7 hours because various people kept needing to take breaks to go do something with their kids or whatever. So it was crazy long. And then right at the very end of that run, 7 hours, it was my turn to leave. I had to leave because I was just out of time. I couldn't be there anymore. And I felt bad about that. So I've never really wanted to be in groups like that. So a whole lot of fun with groups that can just push them over and over. Yeah, the speed clear stuff, I have since been able to do Urgaz and the Deep, like with heroes, hero builds. I wouldn't call them speed clears because you're still having to rely on the AI. But in terms of grouping with other people, I still haven't really done that. I did group up with a speed clear for Fissure of Woe at one point. Which, I mean, a speed clear for Fissure of Woe is like, what, half an hour? That's time I can afford, so. $32, we should get Conan Exiles. I think I have Conan Exiles. Do group stream for Conan. Personal best in the Deep is speed clear. 9 minutes in the Deep. Holy, well, that's serious speed clear. See how advanced we can get with the base and gear. Conan Exiles, I feel like that's one of those games I picked up and I played for an hour or two and then put down and just kind of never got back to. You gotta get it. Yeah, Conan Exiles, I don't recall much of that one. Now, I do remember the last time I played this just running in and I just got absolutely murdered on this bridge by the bowman. But maybe we can. Nope, we can't. Why? Why is my range so short? I should be able to hit those guys. Oh. Well, I know if we get under the bridge, we don't need to worry as much about those guys. Although our pets are going to get absolutely murdered in there. If the archers decide to focus them. Oh, they didn't. Okay, cool. Yo, building on that game. Oh, in Conan. Yeah, I'm feeling like. Oh no one. Wow, Donut died again, and the low level pets are active. Are still alive. That's weird. Let's get Donut back up. I need to interrupt that Hunger's Bite of his. Yeah, there's a game actually coming out this week, Enshrouded, which my brother and I played the demo for a month or two back, and we liked it. You know, it wasn't super great, but it seemed all right. So we're looking forward to that. That's not really going to be a stream game. That's more for my brother and I. We're going to play around with that. Get resources, you'll make fortress. At the time, some other guys did average deep time of 11 minutes. See, when I was doing the hero thing, I think I was going slow and taking my time because, again, I had never really run those missions. So I was going very, very slow, and I think it took like an hour and a half or so.
It was probably an easier way.
I think you're right, Dunkoro. This secret passage was hardly safe. I intend to press on to.
You want a cottage?
But anyone who wishes
Show
to
the
go back
tavern
to
you built in
Sanctuary-
Conan.
Of course I'm coming along. You'd be lost without me.
You have led well so far.
To get Conan and all the DLCs is 160.
This far,
I can tell you right now, I would only have the base game.
Difficult too, like thinking. Of course I'm with you.
This is my homeland. There's a celebration coming up. We can meet all the princes there.
Talcor, you're not even in the party.
Will you be joining us?
Yes. Of course I will come with you.
With Corna behind us, things should be much easier.
The 8-pad room is kind of messy with heroes, but definitely doable. The place where I always had the most trouble with heroes was the one room where it teleports you around all over the place.
General Bale.
That one, it was really, really easy to,
The hunger as well.
like, accidentally over aggro,
Wake up
it seemed
the
like.
reports just now. How did you know?
Thanks to my Lord Abbott.
DM to picture of the tavern.
Affinity to things. Call it a blessing.
We have to decide our response.
That's the
I've
tavern
already
in
made
Conan.
a decision. I've informed the princess
cozy.
that we will be pursuing Bale's murderers into their territories with all
Looks like it should have a
our
sauna in back. You know, maybe it's just the snow, the winter. It's like, yeah, have a sauna.
We will be bringing our forces north in any event.
That room is such a mess. Yeah, that teleportation room is just
Our military is stretched
horrible.
thin, fighting rebel villages, centaurs, and corsairs.
Ah, Morgan, my old friend. Manpower is no longer a problem. I have made other arrangements.
Lissa's blood. What are these creatures?
Oh, you know, just garden variety blasphemies.
Are our new allies. Did you not say your forces are badly stretched?
Hey, Dream Farts, welcome in. Your favorite Guild Wars.
The Sun Spares are in Vabbi now.
Yeah,
Rally the princes.
I do wish. What was the name before Eye of the North came out? It was going to be some other expansion. There was going to be what, the Chronomancer.
What is truly going on, old friend? It will be too late.
I do kind of wish that had come out. Now, I love Eye of the North, but I do kind of wish the original expansion came out. Think people doing hero runs deep. Use 5 heroes, place them all on the pads, run through on your own, and solo the rest of the dungeon. Excuse me, hiccups. Nightfall has such a good story. Nightfall is the best story, or the best told story, for sure. You know, you could tell each game they got better and better with, you know, how they were telling the stories. Nightfall is kind of a funny one with me, and I've mentioned this before. It's like, it's a very good campaign, but at the same time, it somehow doesn't have the replayability of some of the other campaigns. I don't know exactly why. And for me, I think it's just, you know, it's 50 flavors of desert in a lot of ways. So I just kind of get tired of all the brown, all the dirt and everything. So the way a lot of people get tired of the city in factions, I get tired of the desert. So think Eye of the North sucked. Nightfall is boring. Uh-oh. Fighting words. Yeah, Eye of the North story I wasn't fond of. What I did really, really like Eye of the North for was I loved the dungeons. I always loved the dungeons. You know, just being able to disappear down a cave, go in there for an hour or two, get a chest at the end, you know. It was, you know, like the elite areas, like, you know, Fissure of Woe or, you know, Underworld or whatever, but at not such a high difficulty that I could do them solo. You know, I did really, really enjoy those. And I still have some primary factions quests. Dungeons are cool. They introduced PvE skills and broke the game. The PvE skills did really break a lot of stuff. Now, having said that, there are PvE skills that I really, really like, but they are admittedly overpowered as hell. Teleport room, you ball up the Onis, one-shotting them with the Dervish. The game opens the bridge room, and you can just put up Cloak. Was it? And Mystic Regen, and run all the way to the last boss. Easier said than done. Gotcha. Strangest thing happened a few moments ago. A devout sister of Lissa inquired about visitors. She was Kahani, I bet? Told her I hadn't seen anyone. She left then. Yeah, oh yeah, Kehani right there. She said she'd be waiting in Yatendi Cannons. All right. So, hang on. I'm going to kick Zed. Are there any other heroes that still need levels? Yeah, Milani needs levels. I should prioritize the people that need... that need to get better. I think Milani has a white tiger. And also... let's see, she's already got Vital Boon. What is she doing? Earth Prayers, and a little bit of Mysticism. No Wind Prayers. So Scythe Mastery. Okay, Chilling Victory, sure. Sure. I'm not a dervish expert, so dervish is weird. I never really got in tune with it. Oh, hang on. I need to change some things around. First time chat from Rolling. Am I into underworld speed clears? Sadly, no. We are actually just talking about speed clear stuff. I never really got in on the speed clear scene. I'm about as casual of a player as you'll find. It's a like factions more than Nightfall because the world and environment's more interesting and engaging. Yeah, factions. I liked factions okay, except for the faction grind, the 10,000 faction grind. Overall, honestly, I like Prophecies probably the most. Well, I like Prophecies. I like running around. When I'm level 20, I like to run around in Eye of the North the most. Not for story, but, you know, I like the areas and things. Dervish is insanely powerful. Yeah, the Dervish has some crazy farm builds. And... oh, wait. Yeah, Savage Shot. And then... I guess just Whirling. And then Margaret... Lightning Reflex. Oh, actually, yeah, Lightning Reflex. That's maybe the better one. And I will give her Savage as well. My basic ass over here just running, you know, Splinter Barrage Pet stuff. Dervish like Warrior, but better. Yeah, I for some reason I could never really connect with the enchantment maintenance of a Dervish. You know, using the enchantments and then strategically losing the enchantments. Why is oh. Hang on. I don't know why the camera keeps, you know, quickly popping in and out like that. Seems a little contrary. Dervish is more or less invincible until you get the enchantment strips, yeah. Kahani is this way. If you can keep him up, nothing can kill you. Yeah, and so that Dervish is one where you want the plus 20% enchantment duration. Build a bit. Hey, wait a minute. I just remembered. Nightfall, one of the things to do is bounties. Kill harpies. I'm gonna kill them anyway. I might as well get points for them. So we're not just leveling the heroes, we also need to get these pets leveled up, too. And I know I could go, you know, train pets at the menagerie. But per the original Iron Man document, visiting the menagerie is forbidden. Or rather, I should say, taking advantage of, you know, getting higher trained animals is maybe the thing. I have visited the menagerie to turn animals in. because, like I had my original Melandru Stalker, I didn't want to just lose it, so I turned it into the menagerie. But I have not trained up any pets from the menagerie, so. Cloak on 20 gives you 93 blocking chance. Pair it with Shadow Form, yeah. Shadow Form. Yeah, I was never a dervish runner farmer. I would... Okay. Oh, hey, Milani got her pet up on her own. I would do the Ranger Shadow Form farming, you know, which is essentially Whirling Defense Shadow Form. So... Sus day? Uh-oh, did I accidentally say something, suspicious? I apparently have a penchant for accidentally saying things. Accidental puns, and then I realize as soon as it comes out. What are the top 3 PvE classes, in my opinion? Well, I suppose there's 2 ways to answer that. My personal ones that I enjoy playing the most would be Ranger. It would probably be Ranger. Maybe it's kind of tie between Necromancer or Ritualist. Kind of in a similar way. Third might be Paragon, actually. I always kind of liked Paragon, just hanging in the back, shouting orders. Now, if you want the opinion on, best PvE farming stuff, there's like no question. It's going to be Dervish first, probably Ranger second, and maybe Ritualist third, I guess. But just in terms of what I enjoy playing, Some random came to a channel you mod, immediately asked to be a mod, not even had his Twitch account more than a month. Whirling Shadow Form, did I hear about Ether the God aggroed 700 wolves in DOA? I have Ether the God. Is that I'm Ether? The same guy? I don't know if he changed his name. I did used to watch some of Ether's speedruns in DOA, and I was trying to learn, honestly, from him. But his stuff required so much consumables, I couldn't keep up. I don't have a big consumable bank, so I wouldn't be able to do a lot of that stuff. But it was really crazy to watch some of the stuff that he was doing. Like aggroing the entire Foundry of Failed Creations, It's just really amazing stuff. Stay away from those streamers that make everyone a mod, yeah. I only have 2 mods on my channel. I tend to just kind of mod everything myself, honestly. I only have Dargus and Jeff as mods. And that was more... And I mean, they have done some mod. They have, cleared out some, spam chats and things for me, which is cool. But I think there was something... I had an ulterior motive. I wanted to experiment. I think I wanted to experiment on permissions. And as such, I needed to, have people in mod power so I could, goof around with letting them do certain things or not. And they've just kind of been mods ever since, But otherwise, honestly, I kind of keep forgetting that modding is even a thing. Because, I mean, I tend not to have a whole lot of spam or anything in this channel. I'm under the radar enough. It's not a huge worry. Luckily, it's up to you, mods. Streamer gave us full control over who you accept as mods. Yeah, as you should. If you have a community of mods, the other mods should have a say in, who they're going to be sharing permissions with. Ether the God is one who owns all the solo records of DOA. Oh, okay. Come across those streamers. Don't take the stuff. Make Make everyone mod just destroys the purpose of mod roll. Yeah, exactly. Hunt great beasts. Okay. I should probably be looking out for prioritizing target. I'm not even prioritizing targets. I'm just kind of running, you know, in and just letting the heroes and henchmen do a lot of the work. I mean, this is normal mode. It's not a huge stress. Well, actually, we're getting into Vabbi, so there will be some concerns. Mainly just around, like, the Ruby Djinn and the Ethers. Because they can wipe party pretty easy. Oh, I didn't clear out my inventory. Oh, well. Mod should be the few close ones of the streamer. Yeah. Like Jeff and Dargus, you know, I made them mods because they were in here for a long time, you know, and I, you know, kind of knew them. I'm not going to give anyone mod power who's, like, just only been in the stream for, you know, a day or two. That you need to have built up some confidence of character, you know, have a sense of who these people are. Can we splinter these two over there? Thank you. But yeah, I have seen places like that where it seems like everyone's a mod. Now, making someone VIP, that, you know, VIP is another thing I keep forgetting about. I need to make some people VIPs. You know, people that are in here all the time, like Zaros, and, you know, Holson is in here quite a bit. Holson would be could be a VIP. Oh, that's an Earth Beetle boss. I don't think I want to deal with him. Like me? Joking. I mean, if you guys want a mod, you guys have been around, you know, and wait a minute. What's the... Okay, yeah, I do need to go this way. You know, I don't want... And you don't want to bring in people that are going to have personality conflicts with the other mods, too. Everyone needs to mesh, so... Ether's time's crazy fast. Seems like it's not possible to get faster. Yeah. See, my thing is, like, I enjoyed, you know, doing runs. I don't want to say runs like that, because I have never done a run like that. But just farming, you know, materials like that. But at the same time, it inevitably sets in on me that I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't need any of this stuff. I don't particularly want, you know, torment weapons or anything. So what am I going to do with all of this stuff? And I understand, like, arm braces being kind of a secondary currency, you know, like Ectos. But at the same time, I'm like, well, why do I need a secondary currency? Again, there's nothing I really want to buy. I mean, I suppose, you know, to say that I'm rich, but I'm like, if I don't have a use for the money, I don't see a whole lot of, you know, reason to have the money. I would make a very poor billionaire. Or I'd be one of those very rare billionaires that would be a billionaire for an hour before I gave all my money away. I'm like, well, I don't need the money. Here, everybody, take it. You guys probably need this more than I do. I'm a billionaire. There's a couple things I do as a billionaire. It's like, okay, I pay off my house. And everyone's like, dude, you're a billionaire. You're going to pay off your house? I'm like, yeah, first thing. So, totally up to you. Love being in here. Like, yeah. I feel... Man, it's been long enough since I've been here. I've forgotten the way I usually... Oh, this is the way I usually go, I think. Born and Priest. Yeah, I'll have to see about, you know, dishing out some more VIPs. You know, if someone wants to be mod, I'm open to it, but I also feel like being a mod, honestly, is kind of a burden. You know, and I wouldn't really want to saddle anyone with that. You know, I don't want people coming into this stream and feeling like it's like, oh, I'm in the stream, I have a job to do. It's like, you know, I feel like that kind of takes some of the fun out of it. I mean, unless people really want to, but again, this is a pretty quiet channel. There's only 6 of us who are mods. The 6 of us who have control over who gets mod or not. The council has, you know, judged your application and denied. Not bad as long as it's ass. Been given a mod without warning by people, just been hanging around for a long time. See, yeah, Zaros has been in here long enough. You know, Zaros honestly, you know, would be mod material. You know, and he's welcome to be it, but at the same time, again, I don't want him to feel like, again, he's mods in all these other channels. You know, I don't know that, Colson's been here for a year. You know, I don't like it feeling like people come in here and have a job to do. It's like, that's not what I want people thinking when they're in here. Now, granted, if this channel was, you know, big enough that I was getting spam stuff or hate stuff all the time, then yeah, I would want to build up a little bit of a mod army, you know, just to help me, you know, help me tamp down on some of that stuff. But like, I get maybe one spam message a month, maybe 2 months. I can handle that, you know. Zeros has been half a year. It's really Zeros? I was about to say seems longer, but oh, you know what? I was about to say it seems longer. It's because you're also in all everyone else's chats that I go to as well. Hey, Mythical Monkey, welcome in. How you doing? Mythical Monkey is another one that I need to VIP, or you know, could be a mod if you wanted. Yeah, Mythical Monkey, we're in here talking about the pros and cons of being a mod. And I'm not exactly dishing out mod powers, but I do need to kind of update the VIP list. So Mythical is VIP, says for oh, okay, cool. So that Mythical must have been an early days VIP when I was actually still paying attention to that stuff. I haven't paid attention to roles in quite a while. Let's see. Oh, I need to keep half an eye out for weapons and things to give to heroes. Let's see. Zaros 3 says nothing but follow. Yeah, Zaros came around long after I was paying attention to roles, and roles are long. Shit, I think I was assigning roles back when I was using Nightbot. And I haven't used Nightbot. Actually, Nightbot is still part of the channel, but only for like D20 commands. Here, let's see. Yep, there's Nightbot. That's like the only thing I have Nightbot for, and I should migrate that command to like one of the other bots I have running. Okay with being as mod as long as you're asked and given a choice. Yeah. I'll fall short of asking Zaros. However, if you would like to be, you know, the power could be yours. But at the same time, I know you're also a mod in, you know, 20 million other channels. So no mod icon. Gave me VIP a while ago because I didn't know how to permit you to post a link. before I knew about the permit command. Okay. All right, that's been a while. Okay, yeah, right. I can't visit the chest. But you know, that actually is true. Is VIP is good for being able to post links. because yeah, I know like Holson has wanted to post links before, and I think I've had to do the permit thing. So yeah, Holson would be a VIP for sure. Zaros also VIP. Mod if he wanted. Up to you. You're okay with helping? Not forcing a task. Didn't come in one day and see a sword. I want my sword. Okay, yeah. So, but noted. I'm gonna have to do a VIP update after stream, because there's a lot of people honestly that should be VIPs. Regulars. Meet Kahani and Vitendi Valley. All right. Same from your side. Okay with either. When I can be here, due to different time zones. Yeah, and I know. And see, that's another thing. Again, I don't want people to feel like, oh, he just went streaming. He just went live. I should get into his stream and mod. Again, I don't want it to feel like a job. It's like, no one should feel like they have to be here. If you're here, great. Happy to have you. But at the same time, I don't want anyone to feel any obligation. Beyond, if be here when you want to be here. That's kind of the only thing. But if you want to be somewhere else, that is a-okay. I have no expectations. Let's see. 4 of the others. It's 1 a.m. in the morning for Holson. That's right, because you're in, was it Norway, as I recall? I think it was Norway. Or Sweden. Sweden. Hey, Dargus. Welcome in. Yeah, Dargus, we were actually just talking roles. You are still one of only 2 mods on my channel, because I keep forgetting that modding is even a thing. Oh shoot, we actually accidentally charged in. Alright. And, oh, Milani. Oh, right, Milani. She's melee, because she's dervish, right. So she's gonna charge. It's a good thing that it's normal mode, because I'm only barely paying attention to the game. It'd be way different on the mod view if the streamer had 500 more viewers, where a lot more can happen if chat goes crazy. Yeah. I could not imagine being a mod on some crazy popular channel. I think I mentioned it before. It was like, what the worst would probably be? Would being a mod for, someone in like the hot tub channel, the in the sexy channels. It's like the level of creep that you'd have to deal with in those channels would be, oh my god. I can only vaguely imagine, only because I don't want to specifically imagine, I'm often lurking, not always in chat. Yep. Am I doing Domain of Anguish too? I'm not planning on doing Domain of Anguish. I'm mainly planning to just do kind of the main stories. I might try my hand at it, but again, I kind of have limited available skills. I don't have a lot of the farming. I mean, I haven't been to Eye of the North yet. I don't have like any of those skills that would be a significant help. Honestly, if I did do DOA, I'd probably have to group up with people, and we'd have to do DOA old school. No speed clear stuff. Actually, putting on like a bunch of non-elite, non-PV stuff. And I forgot to buy keys. I've seen worse than a hot tub. To be fair, aren't only creeps coming to this kind of content? The hot tub stuff? I mean, perhaps I shouldn't make an assumption, a blanket assumption about the audience of the hot tub channel, but that's my assumption, is that you're going to get a lot of creepy commenters, people getting people really pushing boundaries. I feel that's a category where it's kind of going to be built into the nature. So just don't get why by that topic exists on Twitch. Wrong forum for that. Yell at your friend Hardcore for raiding in. Oh, somebody he raided into a hot tub stream. I don't really have a problem with it being there. Yeah, I mean, I know Twitch has been going through the whole thing of like updating terms of service, and there's questions around the hot tub stream, and there was the recent hubbub about, you know, nudity, artistic nudity, or whatever, and how those boundaries get pushed. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. Again, I also don't really care. I want channels to be safe for people. You know, they should. Yeah, and of course, everyone's going to have different levels of comfort. You know, my level, I would not be comfortable streaming in the hot tub stream. You know, assuming I got a hot tub and try to do a hot tub stream, and honestly, that would be more hilarious than anything else. But looks like we're fighting. Okay, hang on, I'm still catching up. There's Day, your pal raided into a woman with tape over her nipples and her See, that's the content that is questionable. The thing with raiding into something like that is I would have a certain consideration for my current audience. So it's like, okay, let's say I've got, you know, five of you in here. If I'm going to raid into someone, I want to raid into someone who, while I may not necessarily be familiar with them, because I'll like raid into new people, you know, if they're playing a similar game, but I want to raid in, I don't want to take you guys into an environment that may be potentially uncomfortable for you. You know, when I'm considering a raid, I'm considering being a steward for you guys. Now, I could entirely misjudge a stream, and I have before. I'll like raid into someone, and I'm like, especially if it's someone for the first time, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll raid into Tessa, and, you know, I enjoy Tessa. At the same time, she can be very adult content. So I do kind of sometimes have to consider, it's like, is the current audience, you know, would Tessa's temperature be a good fit for today's audience? So it's a little weird when you come to Twitch for gaming, suddenly naked women are shoved in your face. The front page of Twitch is a big issue. I think what their initial thing was, the categories can be there, but they would remove them from the front page. You would have to actively look for them, which, as a first step, that seems fine to me. It's like every time I go to the front page of Twitch, there's at least one hot tub streamer still. And I don't understand why. I keep thinking, it's like, wait, I thought they removed that. I don't know if they've changed it. I know they did have to backtrack on something pretty quick, though. Nudity is allowed in certain ways. Breasts can be shown or genitals in a way that's artistic and not suggested. Yeah, and that was a popular choice for the artistic community. Like, I know there are artists who are drawing, painting, or whatever. They want to have the freedom to do that, and they should be able to do that. You know, artistic. But the way that boundary got pushed was, I think, people again showing up like, okay, they're going to put, you know, tape on the nipples and everything. Again, it's that question of where is the boundary, and the problem is there is no set boundary. Everyone has their own level that they're comfortable with. So, kind of fun a rule Twitch has. You're strictly forbidden to show feet on stream, but somehow you're fully allowed to show full body in underwear if you have socks on. Paulson, I was unaware of that. I was unaware of that rule. I've heard a lot of jokes about feet, and I thought that was just a lot of jokes about, you know, foot fetishists. I didn't know there was an actual rule in place. Naked women you can deal with, as long as you don't raid dog lovers. There it is. No, Dargus, I have raided dog lovers streams. Logs and Dogs, good friend of the channel. She loves her dogs, but she also has nothing against cats. It's just that she happens to have 2 dogs. 2? She might have 3. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 dogs. Tessa is chaos incarnate. Incarnate, yes. Yeah, whenever I raid into Tessa, it is somewhat carefully, well, most of the time it's carefully considered. Sometimes it's also because she's the only one on. I'm like, fine, we're raiding into Tessa. You know, I do try to put a warning before raiding into Tessa. It's like, okay, any of you with young or you know, sensitive sensibilities, bail out now, because there's a potential ride. Well, I did making your own channel as a bookmark. Peter Gross, you can understand. Twitch makes changes rules so often it's bonkers. Yeah, I can't keep track. I'm such a small channel. I just keep my head down. I just play games. I try to keep things relatively clean. You know, that. You know, there might be some suggestive stuff here and there. A little bit of cursing is fine, but generally, I try not to, you know, push boundaries too much. Because honestly, it's like the fallout from that stuff is just exhausting. I'm old. I don't have time to deal with all that stuff. I just want to play a game, chat, yada yada yada. Cat's gross. Log's a sweetheart, and she's funny as hell, and her and Axel are fun. Yeah, I was in her stream the other night. She was playing Baldur's Gate 3, and they were talking about, oh yeah, about that she had romanced a certain character in Baldur's Gate 3. Perhaps I shouldn't really say, because spoilers. But yeah, Axel likes to make a lot of jokes about tentacles, shall we say. So I'm like, oh, did you romance that character? Or was that Axel backseating you because tentacles? Personally, if content doesn't appeal to me, just move on. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, just move on. Moving on is free. You know, typing a bunch of objectionable stuff is like, you shouldn't be here, you don't belong here, get out. It's like, that's energy I don't have, you know, and it costs nothing to move on and leave other people to be, you know. I may be foul mouth at times. Don't go to hate or perversion. Just stay clear. Yeah, I try not to. I mean, I've been on the internet. I have seen some things that I regret. I try not to bring those, because I have regretted seeing those things, I try not to bring the same stuff into chat. But, yeah. There's a little bit of curation that goes on. Let's see. It seems there is now a precedent to not show feet on Twitch streams in any sort of context that is rewarding or sexual. Of course, most streamers are in their homes, so they're not going to be wearing shoes. But don't go showing them off, you may risk a ban. So what I'm hearing is incidental feet or accidental feet are okay. Like if you get up and you walk back somewhere and the feet are visible. It's more dangling the feet in front of camera, you know, and like, ooh, look at my feet. You know, that's probably where the ban hammer is, which makes sense. Well, makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. The whole foot fetish thing is one of those things that I admittedly don't really understand. So I don't understand how it also goes so overboard so quickly. Which, also, by the way, you know, if there are people that are in defeat, it's like, you know, I'm not saying anything against it. I don't get it, but you be you. I mean, don't bring it into chat would be my only thing. Let's see. I did not romance that character. It came out of left field. Oh, yeah. Only Twitch has the final word on who has the right to be here or not anyway, yeah. I don't like admitting that I am an employee of Jeff Bezos. Because honestly, it doesn't feel that way, but at the end of the day, that's the way it is. There's always someone out there that's going to overrule. See, and the thing is it's like we're all on Twitch. I'm streaming, so I had to, you know, sign some extra stuff. But even as a viewer, this is a thing a lot of people don't get, is that when you create an account on Twitch, there is a, you know, there are terms of service, you know, code of conduct that you agree to. And it feels like a lot of people forget about that, you know, and it amounts to, you know, honestly, just don't be an asshole, you know, be respectful of others, don't be an asshole. And a lot of people forget that when, you know, once they get into chats. And I'm not saying that here in chat, you know, my chat is again, small enough community, everyone's pretty good, but I have seen a lot of people being real assholes. I'm like, yeah, wait, do you remember you signed the thing? You know, you seem to be in breach of your, like, but it's also not my place to enforce. I did not romance that character. Came out of, oh yeah, I already read that. Back when it was the only video games, mostly Age of Empires stuff, the Twitch users diversified itself too. Different content for different users. Don't really agree with all the decisions they take, but it won't. Yeah, exactly. If it doesn't actively bother me or actively have an impact on me, I don't really care. If I see something that's potentially harmful to others, I might be concerned, you know, but it has to really be out there. I'm talking like, you know, exploitation stuff, violent stuff, you know, directed at, you know, people, you know, minorities, religion, you know, yada yada yada. That's the stuff where I'm gonna get angry, and I don't like being angry. It's crazy to think about. Made your account 13 years ago. Did I read the terms of service? I skimmed. I'm on YouTube since almost 20 years. Live and let live, yeah. I skimmed. I read enough of it, you know, to get the gist, and I can go back, and I've got them. You know, they are in the, you know, you can go back and read them anytime. But yeah, it really boils down to don't be an asshole, you know. Respect others,
But
yada
if this
yada.
ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die, what does it matter to you when you got a job to do? You got to do it well, you got to give the other fella hell meow.
Oh, some streamers are mental. True. Sometimes you have to get mad and let the frustration go. Yeah. See, that's my thing is if I'm, again, being angry and upset, and if I'm going to
And I love you, random citizen.
oh, Ibishok with the follow. Thank you for the follow. If I'm going to expend the energy being upset about something or fighting over something, it's got to be a cause. It's got to be something I feel strongly, passionately about. So we're talking about, you know, abuse. You know, if you know someone's in here talking about abusing or advocating abuse of other people, that's when I'm gonna get my back up a little bit and be like, asshole. There's only so much you can do via chatting, I suppose. You can certainly report people. But and I'll go that far. If I'm seeing people being real assholes, you know, unwelcomed, it's you know, that's something I'll do. But I also generally don't hang around in channels that, you know, tolerate that stuff anyway. You know, a lot of times if any of that stuff happens, someone's already banned them before I can even do anything. So seeing at the moment, scrolling rules and regulation page, it's actually a ton of stuff. Yeah. Respectfully angry. You know, that's not a bad way to say it. I mean, there are things that I will go to war for. Waiting for Kahani to, you know, talk, but it's like it's got to be a true cause, I should say. If someone's being a simple asshole, it's like that's a simple ban. If someone's actually trying to take something to the next level, and we're talking, you know, doxing people, swatting people, you know, shit that's illegal, that's, you know, I'm going to look around and see what I can do about that. I just generally don't see a whole lot of that. So far, rarely had to do any real moderating here. Yeah, yeah. The only thing I tend to get here is occasional spam messages, and those are usually stomped out pretty quick. Don't know why this reminded me of some video I saw about a guy passively aggressive on YouTube. Only a normal response these days, not as much either. Yeah. I want to be able to look back at the end of the day, look back, and it's like, if anything bad happened. Oh wait, where am I supposed to be going? If anything bad happened, can I look back on what I did in the day? Did I do the right thing? Am I proud of what I did or didn't do? You know, given the opportunity, am I going to regret? You know, see the thing about, you know, standing up to stuff. Am I going to regret and, you know, not standing up or not standing up? Generally speaking, there's no reason to not stand up to the assholery that's going on. There's every reason to stand up to it. And really no reason not to, as far as I'm concerned. Again, I just tend not to see it here. And, you know, I have the no politics, no religion thing on the tag. And it's not because I'm not interested in talking about politics or religion. You know, I actually kind of am. It's just that those areas are so... Oh, I just gotta... Yes, Dargus, I recognize you. Iron Salvage Cat. It's just that those topics are too easily devolve into the abuse and hatred stuff. So it's just... Honestly, I'm kind of torn about the the restrictions on the topics, because we should be able to talk about that stuff without generating a lot of hate and everything. Because I feel like without talking about that, it's like it just kind of makes things easier to... I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going. Cats? Dargus in with the interruption. Cats! Trying to get my cats shipped? I'm not shipping my cats anywhere, Dargus. Another video, passively aggressively positive. These days I read a lot about aggressive people about a game. Rather not get too deep into such topics. Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing. It's like... starting to talk about that stuff invites. I was about to say conflict. It's like, I don't want to say conflict. Debate is good. Conflict is not, I suppose, in broad terms. It'd be interesting to have an actual debate where, I don't know, maybe we learn from each other, but everyone is so reactionary to everything now, where a debate really isn't much of a debate. It's just two people cemented in their firmly planted in their positions. They present their arguments. They don't actually really do the back and forth. You know, the back and forth is what's interesting, and there really isn't that anymore. Can't speak your mind without being called out for hate these days, though, so I avoid such. It is easy to get called out for hate, but I don't know. I feel like, you know, there is a context sensitive thing there. But if you're actually advocating, you know, if people are starting to actively advocate, you know, violence and stuff, it's like, okay, there's no question there. That's some hate business that has no place. No place here. Wait a minute. Where am I? I'm just blindly. Okay, Forum Highland. Am I still on the main quest? I've been blindly talking and really not paying any attention to the game. Right? Meet Priestess Hyla. I have no memory. No memory of this stuff. Fine with debates. People generally never are willing to see the other side of the story. Yeah, that's exactly it. So yes and no. Ever going story. Yeah. It's what's the word? Ossification of the beliefs, I guess. You know, when it's like, I've got my beliefs and I'm not going to change. You know, why should I bother changing? Why should I bother learning anything new? You know, that's just shutting yourself down and, you know, cutting off information. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to be open to new information of the hateful variety. That's stuff that I do want to actively avoid. How do I get up there? I guess I'll go this way. This is weird. I have no memory of this map. Smite was dying and dying, full of bugs and stuff. Suddenly, they announced a brand new game, Smite 2. I saw that announcement. Big hype. They announced they technically can't transfer skins. They have to remake them all. It'll take them actual eternity. Compensation they offered didn't satisfy people. Loud minority in forums is rightfully very angry. Just don't get the hate towards users have towards different opinions, or don't feel the same kind of hate. Yeah, as far as Smite 2, I never really played. I think I played, it was another one of those games I played for an hour, you know, didn't really grab me. And I just kind of moved on. Press C and spacebar. Yeah. Just follow. Honestly, I'm kind of doing that. I'm vaguely trying to not over aggro, and so I don't get into too much trouble, because the heroes and henchmen can handle all this stuff pretty well. Personally disappointed about it. Also understand technical limitations. I understand Smite 1 situation. Also understood long ago the skins you bought were going to disappear at some point. Smite 2 was never something I would even hope for. Not too mad about it. You know, I'm still confused about Overwatch and Overwatch 2. You know, and I know a lot of people, I know Overwatch 2 got a lot of hate over it. I still just don't even understand what Overwatch 2 honestly was even going to be about. Because when I initially heard it, it was originally going to be, you know, not to start a whole big thing. When I initially heard the announcement of Overwatch 2, the original thing I heard was, oh, they're going to add the story. There's going to be story mode. There's going to be a single player mode. There's going to be a campaign. Which honestly is kind of what I always wanted out of... Oh, right. I remember this place. Okay. Because Overwatch, when it was first announced, they did such a good job with the short films and everything, you know, making these iconic characters. That's what I wanted, was I wanted a story. So having it just turn into a 5-on-5 or 6v6, you know, arena shooter really wasn't... It was really a big letdown for me. So when Overwatch 2 was announced, hey, they're going to add story. I was like, oh, cool. I'll take a look at it. And then as it got closer to release, they're like, okay, yeah, nope, there's not going to be a story. And I was like, well, what is Overwatch 2 now even? They added a few new heroes. It's like, well, you were still adding Overwatch, you were still adding heroes to Overwatch 1 the whole time. How is it different? I don't know. But I'm open. I have not read into the history, and I'm open to people educating me otherwise. Let's see. Couldn't figure out how to put your seatbelt on, but then it clicked. Ah, there's the joke. Smite 1 was... Oops, hang on. Smite 1 was on a heavily modified Unreal Engine 3. A real pain to keep the game... Yeah, I would imagine. Super buggy. They can't hire more people to work on a weird UE3 engine. The option was they keep Smite 1 up, even if Smite 2 is out, which is a bit weird. Yep, and then you potentially split the player base doing that. Smite 1 will just die, and they'll close it at some point. Got tired of shooters long ago, so feel free to bash on them. I could actually talk a little. There is a shooter that I recently started playing that I'm enjoying with an asterisk next to it. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like I shouldn't be enjoying it because the game's kind of making it hard. I'll get to that in a minute. I felt the same towards Overwatch 2. Barely noticed the differences. People take it as an example. They managed to reintroduce the same skins, but Smite 1 and 2 have nothing to do with Overwatch 1 and 2. I would imagine... Excuse me. All of a sudden, I've got the hiccups like crazy. I would imagine it far, far easier to transfer, you know, the models and everything from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. I don't know the exact engine they're using, if they've updated their engine. But if they've got the models, they can export. You know, and the character models in Overwatch look good enough where they can just port, and part of the cartoony, I don't want to say cartoony, the stylized style of Overwatch, you know, the only reason to really build new models, new textures and everything, is if there's a significant up-resing of geometry. Like in the case of Smite, again, I don't know, I haven't played, but if Smite 1, if the characters were so low poly that they just didn't really look good in this day and age, where it's like, okay, we need to up-res all the models and everything. Yeah, that's rebuilding the models, you know, which also means repainting the models, re-rigging the models, you know, potentially reanimating the models. You know, that's a whole lot of work. So, you know, and it's up, you know, it's up to the devs whether they want to, you know, incur that cost or if they think they'll get it out of. If they can, great. If not, well, that's their choice. As long as it's fully disclosed to the player base, that's like, okay, here's Smite 2, here's what you're getting and what you're not getting. You know, that's fine. And then the players can take it or leave it, you know. Let's see. Unreal Engine 3 is from 2006. Unreal Engine 5 is 2022, yeah. Installed Overwatch 2, did this tutorial, uninstalled it. See, I played a bit of Overwatch. I kind of liked it for a little while. It fit. It scratched a particular itch every now and then, but at the same time, I'm not a really aggressive player versus player guy, especially in a shooter environment. I just can't move that fast. I liked Overwatch because they had some slower heroes, like Orisa, or the original version 1 version of Orisa, which I kind of like. You know, she was slow. She just put down a front-facing shield, and she had a gravity thing. And otherwise, I could just kind of park her and shoot her. You know, that worked well for me because I didn't need to be all super twitchy and bouncing around all, because honestly, I'm too slow. I can't keep track. Sadly, we'll get to go to bed. Close to 2 a.m. First-person shooter was partially a joke. Well, I may go off on a first-person shooter tangent here in a little bit. They have to literally remake all the existing code, rebuild Smite from scratch. Yeah, see that is on the devs. It's like, yeah, when it's more work to maintain old code, there is definitely a point where you just got to scrap it and start from scratch. We'll leave a lurk. Oh, thanks. Some streamers are mental, or I just call you mental. Unreal Engine 6. Did you see some of the creators' work? Some works are so ridiculous good, yeah. Some of the stuff, even in some of the stuff in Unreal Engine 4 was really amazing, you know, for the time. 5 and 5.5. You know, I keep thinking, it's like, my dream is, if I'm ever able to retire, you know, the earliest I would be able to retire would be like, you know, 15, 16 years from now. But if I was able to retire, my dream would be, you know, hey, I want to keep the streaming going, you know, because this is how, it's nice to talk, but this is also where I kind of clean out some of my video game backlog. But I'd also like to tinker around with Unreal Engine. I tinkered around with Unity several years back, and I enjoyed making little, I don't even really want to call them games, just like little proof of concept things. You know, nothing that hasn't been done before. You know, devs have made things like this, but it's more like, hey, yeah, how would I go about making something like a Resident Evil game, or like, or I have a goofy idea. Hey, I want to merge Guild Wars 1, the Guild Wars 1 skill system, with Skyrim, or do some weird thing, you know, just to get a weird little prototype. Never to carry anything through to completion, because that would require a ton of artists and work and everything. It's more really just to goof around, you know. Am I retiring 60 more years? No, not 60. Where's retire? I think retirement in the United States is what, 68 right now. So that would actually be 18 years for me. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, permit. Oh yeah, Holson with the permit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Holson posting video. Is this a? Oh, an Unreal Engine 5 virtual forest. Oh, and I got an ad. I'll take a look at that later, Holson. Full-on virtual made forest looks lifelike. They increased it to 64 in France, so France is better on the retirement thing than the United States. That is not a surprise, honestly. Look at you, all covered in dirt and grime. You smell of Hecate blood too. Oh, right, we're supposed to bathe in the fountain. Right. This was such a silly little non-quest thing to do, is bathe in the fountain. Is not the glory of Lissa present in all that surrounds us? You know what, Paulson? I'm gonna pause a moment, because now I'm curious. Creator dashboard, community roles manager. Here we go. Paulson, you're about to get something here. Add VIP. Okay. Paulson should be VIP. Now. What's this? A ban? There you go. Yeah, you got the diamond next to your name now. There you go. I have remembered. And actually, while I'm thinking of it, while I'm here, Let's also get Zeros in here. He could post links. And I'm sure I have a number of other people. You know what? There are a few other people that I can think of that I'm going to go ahead and add as well. Just since I'm here, bear with me for a little bit. Oh, you can only have 20 VIPs? Okay, well that's fine. I'm only halfway. I'm only halfway on the VIPs, and you know, if I ever max out, I can go back and clean things up. Allows you to link. Yeah, it should be able to. I guess it did. And Cyberpunk. Oh yeah, I need to finish playing Phantom Liberty. Hang on, where's Guild Wars? There it is. Video almost fooled you with the cars. Expectation up. So you've received Jeshik's invitation. That old man would never leave his home, even if Lissa herself was to show up at the festival. They're still setting up the Garden of Severin. Oh, are we going to have to do the Garden of Severin mission soon? Most of the princes are already inside with their entourages. I can let you in to look around. Honey is already there. Yeah, let's go. Hang on. Pushing buttons.
Welcome to the Garden of Severin, the most beautiful place in all of Vabbi. This party is to celebrate the Day of Liss.
Looks impressive. Will the princes be here?
They wouldn't miss it.
I'm moving windows and they're misbehaving on me.
Prince Amtor the Mighty is down from his citadel. His captains are a dour group. Prince Metu the Wise is here with his scholars and his daughter.
That's Talcora.
Yes, Princess Talcora, Metu's daughter. You mean she never told you? And Prince Baka the Magnificent. Well, he's here as well.
I love the lowered expectations for Prince Baka.
So it should be fairly easy to talk to them.
One does not simply go up to a prince and say hello. Talk to the members of their
Of course not.
First, work your way to the top.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
You would prefer to fight monsters? You'll find
Yeah.
Vabbi to be a more
Yeah.
civilized land.
Fight monsters. Sounds good. Smite 2 should be way better visually, far better optimization, much easier to work with, faster, better skin releases. Gods, and go deeper gameplay wise. See, the whole graphics discussion, it's like I like that Unreal Engine, you know, with the updates and everything. It lets you hit the photoreal target easier and faster. That's cool. But at the same time, I want to... Oh, wait. This is a solo mission. Right. Which means I'll put pet here. Hang on. While I like pretty graphics and everything, I'm also fond of... I'm honestly more a fan of stylized graphics. Where is my troll stuff? Is it under wilderness? Yeah, there it is. I keep holding up Kana as an example of a game that I wish more games looked like Kana. In that it's an incredibly pretty game. Very beautiful. Not in the least bit photorealistic. You could tell that an art team was set loose, you know, on that. I like seeing interpreted environments most of all. Although it does also kind of depend on, you know, what the game is trying to do. Now, something like Alan Wake 2, you know, is a much more, I don't know if I want to say grounded game. The narrative on that is so much heavier that it makes sense kind of grounding that more in a realistic look, you know. I feel the style should serve the story, you know, in a way. So more interested in a more stable and smooth experience, yeah. Smite 1 is a huge mess. Player base doesn't evolve. Just the same people, used to the flaws. Mixed with smoothness with high eye candy, yeah. Oh yeah, I was about to launch into a first-person shooter tirade. So my brother and I recently got. We have never played this before, but we both recently got Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, because it was on some crazy sale. Now the thing about my brother and I is we have regularly scheduled co-op nights, where, you know, we'll play co-op games, and he has, I don't want to say very particular taste. He does have styles of games that he likes to gravitate towards. He really likes The Division and The Division 2. He also likes, you know, kind of co-op against zombies, you know, type of games. He really enjoyed, I keep forgetting the name of it. It was a Square game. What is the name of it? Came out a couple of years ago, where it was co-op. It was a fairly violent. It was a third-person shooter, pretty violent. Minecraft, no. Outriders. Yeah, he really liked Outriders. So games like that, you know, are kind of good for us on our co-op nights. And we learned that Call of Duty has this zombies mode. And I looked at it, and Call of Duty, it actually has a third, you know, it defaults you into first person, but there is a third person camera, which is easier on both of us. Again, we're both old. We can't track things very fast. And hey, it's got this zombies mode, which is essentially, there are other players running around, but you're all friendly. It's everyone's friendly versus zombies. And we're like, you know what? That actually sounds like it could be a good co-op game for us. And so it was on sale. It was like, I don't remember exactly what, but so we went ahead and got it. It was our Christmas gift to each other. You know, I bought his copy, he bought my copy, and we got in and played it. And it's a very strange thing. I was under the impression that for as long as Call of Duty as a franchise has been out, I was expecting something much more refined than what we got. It's fairly buggy. It crashes a lot. We get a lot of packet loss, and the controls of it, it's very twitchy. It's very fast. It's very twitchy, which is all right. But there's a lot of things that went into the zombie mode that just feel weird to us. Like, you can never look away from the screen because there's always zombies spawning in, sometimes literally right underneath you. I've been like, I'll stand, I'll open up the map, a zombie will spawn in literally right under my feet. And I'm like, dude, give me a minute. You know, the pacing of the zombies thing is really weird. And I think it irritated my brother so much. I think he's finally bounced off it. He's like, no more. It's too much. It's too weird for me and everything. Now, in spite of all of that, I'm still kind of enjoying it. I'm getting a little bit of value out of it because there are these different difficulty areas where you can run in, try to dash in, do quests and everything, and try to make yourself stronger. It's an extraction shooter, honestly. You go in there, you try to get as good a material as you can get, and then get out. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff around that's just built really in a surprisingly janky way. And I had never played Call of Duty before, but I thought, it's like, I knew it was a big name game, and I thought, wow, I thought it would be much more refined, and it really isn't. It's weird. Sad to hear, assuming the PC version is even worse than was on console. Well, we were playing on PC. We were playing the Steam version. I cannot speak to the console version. Played Call of Duty 4, 5, 6 back then, as far as you remember. Make him play Smite 2. We did have a brief moment where because the problem with being in co-op is it's like we will as soon as we exhaust a game, we suddenly are like, well, what's our next game? What are we going to play next together? So we'll have these in between times where we'll play something else, and that's kind of what Call of Duty was. Neither of us were sure about it, but it was Christmas time. I was like, hey, we'll get it for Christmas. We'll try it. And we tried it, and we played it for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was fine, but also ready to move on. But there was another one of these in-between times where I did get him to download Overwatch, and similar to, what was it, Holson, I think, who said, yeah, installed Overwatch, played the tutorial, and uninstalled. That was my brother. He was like, no, man, no. See, we were going to play Overwatch, specifically Overwatch 2, because we had heard that they had removed the story, but there was still at least some things that you could do with a teammate against AI. In Overwatch 1, you could play as a team versus AI. And it looks like in Overwatch 2, it looks like they removed that completely. Or if it's still there, it's really buried somewhere. And my brother is very much, I do not want to play against other players. Because again, our reflexes are, we can't handle, people like, what is it, Widowmaker people that are always flying around sniping from a mile away. It's like, we can't keep up with that. They removed PvE. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Overwatch 2 was originally announced to have a big PvE update, and then before they released it, they somewhat famously removed what was going to be the story mode. Or I think maybe there is a story, but you still need to group up with people. That's what it was. No, I take it back. That's what it was. Is the story stuff is in there. I don't know how extensive it is. Story stuff is in there, but you do still need to have like a full party, like a party of 5 or something. And I went in there one day and I queued for the story, waiting for other people to show up. Nobody showed up. I waited in there for like half an hour and nobody queued for story. And it's like, well, that's a great way to kill off an entire branch of your game. That's an entire branch of the game that's unplayable just because people won't line up for it. That's what it was. Now I finally remember what happened. And then, yeah, when I told my brother that, he was like, okay, fuck that. Overwatch is a good game. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, you idiot! Oh, hey, I've got something for that. There we go. It's a shame. Overwatch was a good game. Overwatch was a good game. I wish that, what was it originally called? Like Project Titan, I think? It was salvaged from the remains of Project Titan. And I guess it was going to be a bigger thing. There was going to be a whole lot of story. That's why there was a lot of lore and why we had the character videos and everything. And that stuff was all cool, but they never expanded upon it in the actual game. Overwatch, as it exists outside the game, is arguably better than the game. The gameplay of Overwatch is fine, but at the same time, there really wasn't a whole lot of reason to play, unless you're really into competitive, PvP shooting. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot of reason to play Overwatch, which was a bummer because I wanted to go into this world and learn more about these characters, learn more about what was going on, and that it seemed like that just didn't really materialize. Sad how they handle things. Overwatch was good until Overwatch 2 came out, and the look for group tool went and changed team size to 1. Oh, so the team size forces roles. Damn. I see. I remember seeing something like in people doing kind of joke streams where they'd go in and do like a full 5 or 6, whatever the number of people were, a full team of like just tank heroes, and seeing goofy stuff like that. That was fun. That's a shame that they would have that restriction. And no one uses mics unless it's a competitive mode. Yeah. Well, and you already know what the microphone stuff would be. It would probably just be a lot of trash talking. And see, that's my other thing with PvP games, and also why the idea of me playing Call of Duty is so funny is I keep hearing of that stuff as toxic games, as a toxic game. So I'm underlying that it's like, no, I'm not playing the player versus player stuff because I just don't feel like dealing with that. And I don't, generally speaking, don't feel like dealing with other people in competitive environments. You'll never catch me playing League of Legends, I'm a big fan of avoiding toxic player bases if at all possible. So, esports, yeah. Overwatch turned into a competitive game. Professionals in it now. Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm sure there are. Where's the stair? Stair down over here. Okay. Oh, wait. These two are talking. Going solo in a mission. Bold. Yes, exactly. I'm not solo. I've got Donut. I've got Donut here. He's helping me out. Esports world. Yeah, I want to stay far away from the esports world. And worse, esports streaming. I'd be like, hey, yo, welcome to another session of Guild Wars 1 competitive. My name's Kit and I'll be your tour guide. I'm like, no, I can't. Just even saying that much just kind of killed me a little bit on the inside. Ranked modes are full of elitist jerks. Yeah. See, and that's what it is with that's what it is with a lot of the PvP stuff is like, okay, I'm going to pick up a game. It has PvP. Maybe PvP is the only thing in it. And if for whatever reason I want to play this game, it's like, okay, I want to play this game. I'm new to the game. I'm going to be bad. I'm going to get killed a lot. It does not in any way help me to have all of my teammates yelling at me, cursing at me for being a piece of shit player, and holy shit, go back to, whatever. Go back to playing Tetris, you ancient jerk. That doesn't do me any good. Why, again, people getting high on abusing people who aren't good at playing game, because I might not be good at playing the game. I've mentioned the story before. The one time I played Heroes of New Worth, and because I thought it had a PvE mode or something that I could train against, nope, you go in that thing and it's just straight PvP. I got into my very first match. I didn't know anything about the game. I got in and my teammates were already, the game hadn't even started, and my teammates were already yelling at me, cursing at me. And I'll also note, it was day one of release too. And people were already yelling at me for not having a certain build or not knowing what I was doing, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, fuck this. And I have not looked back. The only MOBA that I would play was Heroes of the Storm. And for the same reason that I played Overwatch, was strictly in the versus AI mode. Having other players as teammates who are similarly casual minded is fine, and that's fun. I enjoy that. But yeah, player versus player, anytime that toxicity comes in, I just can't be bothered. So in Spite, you can turn off microphones and also player communications. Game is very enjoyable this way. Grouping with people makes... See, that's the thing. Grouping with people in games like that, oh, I'm sure is amazing. It's great. Even the little co-op sessions my brother and I would run in like the Division or something, that's fun, you know, because we can bounce off each other. You can get most MOBAs. Communicating well is a big advantage, yeah. It's usually people flaming, which makes everyone play worse. I'm only watching esports these days if it's around World of Warcraft, yeah. When you play it very casually, feel it's not mandatory. See, that's my thing. With my general thing with video games, all video games are a hobby. Video games are relaxation, a release. You know, I'm not here to... I'm not playing a video game to work. I mean, sure, I want to get better at a game, but I also want to have fun at the game. And I can't have fun at the game if I'm stressing out constantly about, you know, my DPS meter, you know, being the very best, or knowing everything. It's like, no, I just want to play the game, you know. That's what it boils down to. I take everything too serious. I had a person in World of Warcraft telling you to uninstall the game, never come back again, because apparently so bad it's not even worth trying to get better. Block them and move on. Yeah. Block lists are also, you know, a must in pretty much any multiplayer game. DK. Oh yeah, was it DKP? So the DKP, as I understand, again, I haven't really played World of Warcraft, not beyond like the first 10 or 20 levels. I understand DKP is some kind of currency, I guess, for, I don't know, high-level skills or consumables or something. I don't really know. I just keep hearing that term, you know. Will find someone to dance with you. Yes. Uncle says, Metu says I should learn to dance. Friends say I should, if I'll get sick if I touch girls because they're gross and smelly. Dance. Oh yeah, I need to teach him to dance, don't I? Thanks for showing you the moves. Yep, no problem. Okay, they're off and running. DKP, yeah, I think it was DKP. It was, you know what I know it from was the Leroy Jenkins, the legendary Leroy Jenkins video. And I seem to remember, actually, wait, was it from that video? It might have been in that video. There was another one where it was some guild leader that was absolutely raging at his team for wasting all the DKP on a raid or something. Or blowing a raid and he had wasted DKP on it or something. I don't really know. It's a currency guilds in some games used for distributing gear. Fake currency, entirely managed off-game. Only casual guilds use it, though. Hardcore guilds give it to players who will benefit the group most. Dude ended up getting his own NPC and get Leroy. I don't doubt it. If he didn't get his own NPC, that would have been a crime. Oh wait. Oh shoot! I've got to do the mime thing. Okay, there's going to be a number of fails here because I don't remember all the emotes. Mime duel. All right, you going down, clown? Hang on, I need to have my buttons ready. Challenge is grueling as if entirely possible. Your extremities may be so exhausted by our mime duel they simply fall off. Am I willing to risk life and limb? Even got his own achievement everyone else can get. Oh really? All right, I think that's Shu. Was that Shu again? Okay, that's Beg. Cheer? Oh, I don't recognize that one. Shit. Move with the grace. Yeah, okay, that was a fail. I'm gonna have to look up all the emotes. All right, try it again. Okay, Beg. what was that? Was that taunt? I don't know if that's taunt or not. That's catch breath, I think. Okay, that's roar. I didn't see what he just did. Shit. Shit, I missed what his last one was. Alright. Hang on. If I keep better watch on him. Okay. Point. Cheer. Typing fast enough. Right. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe... Oh, that wasn't cheer. Okay. Taunt. I was sure that was cheer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it something? Is there a yay command? There's not a yay command. It wasn't roar. Oh, maybe it was. It was roar. Wait, I got that right the first time. I saw the video about Leroy. Well, I saw the original video. Oh, that's laugh. You know, where he goes in, you know, he charges in. Okay, roar. Okay. Taunt. Wave. Egg. Shoe. Laugh. Point. Catch breath. Okay, roar. Okay, it took me a while. Will I try Smite 2 when it comes out? I doubt it. Unless it has like some kind of versus AI mode, you know, it like I mentioned, it's like it's one of those things where I don't want to be forced to deal with other people in a competitive environment. You know, I'd rather just avoid the toxicity or avoid the potential toxicity. Last was double take. Oh, hey, Lyman Codenut, welcome in. When he was in a raid team, he was sitting eating fried chicken while the rest of his discussing tactics. He was done. Yeah. The famous video. I need a gift for the prince. A rare antique vase. The prince's taste. Ray like a donkey is when he sees it. Could be yours for 4 platinum. I'll give him your head. No, let's see. Some other arrangement. Yeah, feather. His guards are taking the feather. I think the feather's down here. So yeah, I need to fight this guy. Smite 1 does that, so it'd be weird if it wasn't. Okay, maybe I'll take a look at like what Smite 1 does. Or see what it looks like. I think I looked at it a long time ago once. I should maybe have equipped something. Oh no, we're getting them. It's just taking a little while is all. He'll use Endure Pain again at some point, but once that's down. Yep, there it is. But once Endure Pain goes away, he will die. So, yeah. Kill him! Get him! There we go. Oh, he hurt me quite a bit though. After one, he used double take. Oh, I see. Yeah. The video got on the Joe Rogan show. Oh God, Joe Rogan. Be glad to group up with me. Oh boy, yeah. Don't go getting too happy yet, Dargus. Wait. You have the golden feather to take the vase. Okay, got it. Alpha playable this spring and game release in early 2005. Oh, okay. BRB, yep, no problem, Halson. Yeah, I think I've got the drinking contest here. And then I think that's it. Oh, no, wait. There's the duel. Oh, hang on. Reenact the Battle of Jahai. I will reenact. So we need to fight Palawa Joko. Your guild was made in 2003? 2003? Excuse me. In this game? Don't you mean 2005? Holy crap. I don't know what's happening with the hiccups. I do have moments where I miss my old original guild or guilds, you know, that I was in. I did make some good friends back then. But at the same time, it was also my first time with a lot of internet drama. Because there were a number of, shall we say, younger people in the guild that, okay, there we go. I beat him. I wasn't used to seeing so much, you know, teenage drama on the internet. It was a wholly new experience for me. The ArenaNet guys made... Oh, the guild you were in? You joined an ArenaNet guild? I was from 2006. Haven't made it 2 in it, and the guy went away when Guild Wars 2 was released. Guilds all died when Guild Wars 2 was announced. Our guilds lived on, well, kind of until Guild Wars 2 came out. I think when it was announced, when Guild Wars 2 was announced, the game went on for a while because, of course, everyone was achievement hunting, you know, for the Hall of Monuments stuff. But yeah, once Guild Wars 2 came out, things pretty much stopped. Sadly. Oh, I don't need that. Time to have a drinking challenge. Oh, we need to run a bunch of stuff here. Zealots of Shiverpeak. Going to release, still pretty good. Is anyone still active in that guild, Lime? I mean, besides yourself, of course. Let's see. Oh, no, wait, I need to... Right, I need to drink from all the... Okay. I need to get 12. See, oh wait, this one does have one. Oh, I don't have dash on me. Participate in 4? No, wait. Oh, I didn't do it in time. Okay, that's fine. I got lost. Leaders sometimes online. Gale Gray or William Stafford not. Ah, yes, Gale. I remember the days of camping out in Lion's Arch, waiting for Gale's arrivals. Those are good times. Leader made the Winds of Change spawn. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I'm pretty rusty on this today. Get to the nobles, get to the nobles. 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 Noble. There we go. I love you, man. Oh, you can challenge him again. No, I did it. I don't need to challenge him again. Yeah, hey, Talcora. I'm very sorry I didn't reveal my identity. I didn't think you'd let me accompany you. I didn't think you'd let me go on adventures. Let's not be seen together right now. I'll meet up with you again once the party is over. Father extremely upset. He might take his anger out on you. Nice to see me, Misbegotten and Eagle. Yeah, a lot of the old timers not really streaming anymore. I admit, I mentioned at the start of stream that I'm actually doing okay now, because this has actually largely been a just chatting stream, and Guild Wars 1 is very, very good, I feel, for a just chatting stream, or at least the way I'm playing it, which is just normal mode, you know. I don't have to pay super close attention, so I get to engage with chat. But I did have a moment as I was starting up stream where I was like, you know what? I suddenly randomly feel like playing Portal Knights. But today it was already announced for a Guild Wars stream, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna play Guild Wars. However, there's a chance, maybe next Sunday, I might start rotating in other games on Sunday. I do want to continue the Guild Wars 1 thing through at least Eye of the North. I don't know if I'll do War in Kryta or Winds of Change, but I do want to at least get this, because this is still the Iron Man thing. I do at least want to get through all the campaigns, so we'll see. But I might start changing things up on random Sundays too. Wouldn't want the people to riot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all what five or 10 of you. Let's see, why didn't you tell me about your father? We're up to him. My father wouldn't have me do anything but stay at home and act like a princess. I long to travel and see the world, to do something grand with my life. Be like the great adventures the storytellers spin tales about. Found out who I was afraid you'd just send me back to your father. Yeah, probably. I'm Zenda, a member of Metu's the Wise Elite Royal Guard. Be foolish enough to draw your weapon here near the prince. It'll be the last move you make. Do not make eyes at Talcora, the prince's daughter, either. You're not worthy. Tell me about the prince. Prince is something of a scholar, not a fighting man. I've served tougher men before. Few paid better than Prince Metu. He's a good man who shows genuine concern for his people, especially the daughter of his. Despite his best intentions, the prince is reluctant to take action. Perhaps he is concerned about criticism. And Talcora is the light of Prince Metu's life. If anything were to happen to her, I fear he'd never be the same. Talcora lives a truly privileged life. I don't think she realizes how lucky she is. Good grief, it's already 5:30. I'm not ending anytime soon. Well, I mean, half an hour or so, maybe I'll end, but I'm good to keep going. I understand because of you, my nephew Dende is learning to dance. He is a typical child who doesn't yet understand how the beauty of a woman can move the soul. In time, I'm sure he will be enticing the ladies to join him on the dance floor. In return for your kind favor to my kin, I will grant you an audience. I am ready. War Marshal Varish is coming to overtake Vabbi? Serving a dark and forbidden and evil god? Impossible. Vabbi has always been friend to Corna. I cannot believe she would deceive us. It is unthinkable. Uh-huh. Yep. I'll talk to Omtour first, I think. You don't look like the usual guests. Got the smell of battle and blood about you. Don't look so surprised. When you've been around the smell as often as I have, you come to recognize it. I report to Prince Omtour the Mighty. He's master over the regions near Zagan Citadel and the Outlands. Tell me about Prince Omtour the Mighty. Prince is the most honorable man I've had the pleasure of serving. Were it up to me, I'd throw the other two down a well and put Prince Omtour in charge of all of Vabbi. Of the three great principalities, my lord was granted the worst piece of territory. His section of the province is mostly unpopulated. His bastion of power is his citadel on the edge of the wilderness. We spend most of our lives fighting off the inhuman tribes so that the rest of Vabbi... Oh, excuse me. So that the rest of Vabbi is safe to ignore the world and focus on itself. Lands near my home are a broken region of mountains, caves, and badlands where creatures from beyond reside. It is home to scree harpies, Hecate, and other deadly and vile creatures. Long ago, the eastern borders were guarded by massive forces. Alas, between the three princes, only Prince Omtour provides forces to protect the border. The others believe no threat exists, though it would only take a day for them to see the truth. Right. You won the Battle of Jahai reenactment today. Most impressive. I have great respect for those with guts to fight and the skill to win. If you seek my audience, I would gladly spare a moment. Yeah. I believe these concerns you have regarding War Marshal Varish have merit, but I have greater problems of my own that I cannot be distracted from. My lands are on the edge of Vabbi. They border on the wilds where the creatures from the Broken Lands lurk. Should my fortress fall to these horrors, all of Vabbi will follow within a matter of days. I must keep my attention on my front gates. I pray Lissa will go with you in your quest against Varish. Wait a minute. Oh, he's Prince Baka's guy. Okay. No sudden movements near the prince unless you have a death wish. We have received word that our Cornan neighbors to the south are sending troops to fortify our borders against the Sunspear scum. Maybe once the Cornan troops get up here, we can rid ourselves of that lug Goran. It's about as smart as a pile of rocks. Speaking of, what do you know about Goran? Strong as an ox, that one. Dumb as one, too. Prince tripped over a chair once in his royal banquet hall. Old Goran comes charging in and smashes the chair to pieces. Afterwards told us the chair attacked the prince in cold blood, if you can believe it. Right. As his title suggests, the prince is a wealthy man. He could own all of Vabbi if the land were for sale. He spares no expense importing bards, performers, and actors to entertain him at his home in resplendent Makun. War Marshal Varish pledged troops to protect Vabbi against attack from the cowardly Sunspears. Varish recognizes the prince's great wealth and prestige and his duty to guard the Cornan border. That's just all by way of backstory. I am a Luda finance minister for the most powerful and gracious Prince Baka. Did I wish to bribe my way into talking to him? Yes, I did. I'll give him the... Right. I gave him the vase. My finance minister informed me that you have bribed your way into my presence. Expensive vase for my collection, I will return your kindness by granting you audience. War Marshal Varish is a threat, you say? Last I heard, it was those wretched Sunspear fiends that attacked Gorna. War Marshal Varish has defeated the Sunspears once, and I see no reason to think it won't happen again. Profit is my concern, and I shall ally with the side that will win. Whoops. Wait a minute. Why did that do that? Oh, suddenly yawning, tired, hiccups. Got everything.
The flaw in Palawa Joko's invasion of Vabbi was that he outran his supply lines. Once Tarayasa flanked him, Palawa's forces were doomed. What's that?
Sounds like harpies. Scree harpies.
Don't be a fool, Gar. There are no harpies anywhere near here.
Of course, you have been wrong before.
Yeah, just stand there, Norgu. Don't do anything.
In an orderly fashion. There is only one of them. This is not the time to panic. Very well. This is now the time to panic.
And they're suddenly gone. Okay, there they all are.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, I think if you bring Talcora into this mission, I think she just shows up as like Sunspear monk or something. Shame those two separated, because I could barrage them. I could have barraged them more effectively. Splintered them, rather. Alright, that one's gone. I don't think these two are close enough to... Close enough to barrage, but not close enough for the splinter, I guess. Oops. The guards are wrecking this harpy. Oh, that's Spirit of Favorable Winds. I don't need to do anything with that. Was that a... Wait, there's... Yeah, there's more up here. Oh, I was getting ready for him to attack me, but nope. Donut is taking... is tanking. Donut, you're getting a little beaten up. Just gonna keep bleed on him and then otherwise keep Donut alive. There we go. Yeah, Masters. For as long as it took me in that mission. Spent most of that mission talking, which is fine.
What a mess.
I always wanted to unlock Kahani as a hero,
Why would the Scree harp?
but sadly she
All I can say is, thank the gods for war.
there's a plot reason for her to not be a hero.
We'll need all the troops she can spare.
True. Excuse me.
I always liked
I need
her,
to check in with my forces.
kind of liked her better than Talcora.
Yes, I'd best get back as well.
I mean, nothing wrong with Talcora, don't get me
I have
wrong.
my own arrangements, Father.
I see that you have. We will speak of this later.
And I had best get back home as well. The new theater season is about to start. Goran, fetch my sedan chair.
Those idiots.
Let them go. You've broken the ice. I have some leads that we should follow up on.
Leads. Am I aware that all the channel sounds are out of stock? All the channel sounds? Like what? Oh. I was not. Well, here. Let's... I'm just going to refresh everything here. Everything will show up, or hopefully show up as new. I did not do anything. I didn't set them off. Hang on. I don't know why. I'm maybe Twitch just doing something under the hood. Snake? Oh, Snake was redeemed earlier today. There's that. I'm just, you know, toggling on and off all of the things. Oops. And there we go. So hopefully that does it. Only Mr. X isn't. Yeah, and somebody triggered Mr. X. Actually, I think it was you, Dargus. You triggered Mr. X earlier, didn't you? Sergeant Balrob. This is side quest, isn't it? Your rumors, numbers of Hecate are increasing. I'll collect these, but honestly, I really don't have a whole lot of interest in doing the side quests. On the Venerable. Unknown until now, Cornin Playwright has graciously rented out the Bacca Amphitheater from none other than the esteemed Bacca the Magnificent himself. He has a very special performance. He says will sweep Vabbi by storm. He specifically had invitations for you to a rehearsal for the upcoming performance. Will I attend? Sure. I guess that was Kahani's influence. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. Hiccups. Hiccups. Right. Who do I... So, I'm still running around. I'm trying to level up people. But most of them are already... Hiccups. Most of them are already leveled up. Let's give him a little more defined favor. Let's give her... boost mysticism a little bit, and I'll keep the Beast Mastery up there. Oops. Alright, I didn't really get enough stuff to worry about selling, so let's see. Take Aiden, oh yeah, and a monk. Here we go. Back, got some sour milk. The sour milk is an actual thing. I take it. I assume it's more than just, you know, milk left out for a day, kind of a sour. I would imagine there's some, you know, culture control there. In Northern Europe, yes. Oh, right, Grand Court of Spelka is up here. I'm not doing Grand Court anytime soon. It's going to be a while before I get to do that. But I'll unlock the outpost. Sweden, Norway, and Finland, yeah, Scandinavian nations. I don't know a whole lot about Scandinavian food. I have heard, perhaps regrettably, I have heard of surströmming. And I'm afraid I don't have a whole lot of interest in ever trying that, I admit. Savage Plants Bounty. It's like yogurt, but thinner and sour more than sweet. Okay. So, actual processed in a particular way to be controlled sour. Yeah, that seems valid. Surstrom, you like to try surstroming someday? Yeah, I saw a video on it, and I was like, yeah, I generally speaking, I'm one for embracing new experiences, but maybe a limit. So strong, they say it smells bad, but tastes good. Leave it open for a day or two. Prince Baka rented his theater out to some corn and upstart director. That just doesn't seem right. With various forces moving in under the guise of protecting the princes, there might be more to this than meets the eye. When it comes to picking performances for his venue, Prince Baka is a persnickety one. Could be the perfect time to schmooze Baka into helping the Astani fight. Right. Well, let's unlock the outpost here first. Forbidden to sell there. We can import it. I don't know where you are, Lime, but I want to say that I've seen it imported into the States. Like, I want to say I actually saw it somewhere. You know, a store or something. I'm not sure. I remember making a mental note. It's like, oh yeah, surstroming. Yeah, I remember seeing a video about that. You can buy pure milk, and you can do it by yourself. So that's one option. Like, come to think of it, actually, you know, actually, I'm kind of getting a little hungry. Come to think of it. Not hungry for surstroming, you know, I should say, but... Oops. Nope, don't need that. You just need milk from a cow, not from the supermarket. Yeah, that makes sense. Unpasteurized milk. Let it sour a bit, stir it. Perhaps a little bit of water to thin if needed. I have absolutely no idea. Those are just kind of my guesses. Oh shoot, roaring ethers. There's the energy surge. Ooh, interrupted the energy surge. Nice. Ah, they chain resurrected each other. That's right. The roaring ethers is... They are a consideration. Because of their rezzing. There's an argument to be made for bringing out frozen soil. Because of these guys. Same as sour milk. Surstroming is controlled aging fermentation of herring. Very, very salty. Yep. Don't roll back in the days. Leave it in the kitchen for 1 or 2 days till it's sour. Controlled. Why you want to serve it with potatoes, red onion, sour cream, and so on. Sour with sour. Of these groups, I'd rather deal with... I never picked up keys, darn it. Of these groups, if I aggro, I would rather aggro the plants. Can I have everybody come back this way? We're a little close to that other group. Yeah, wow, I wonder what's for dinner tonight. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm getting more and more hungry. You know what I think I'll do, actually, is I'll I'll do Baka's attack at the theater here. And then maybe that might be a good place to call. Or actually, where do we go after Baka's theater? I'll see what afters what is after Baka's theater. Like if there's a new outpost to get to, maybe that'll be the today's stopping point. Grand Court. It seems a little soon for it to be the Grand Court mission. I just unlocked the Grand Court outpost. I forget when the Grand Court mission actually is, though. Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking of it. Oh, the Grand Court does tend to come a little bit sooner than I expect it to when I play through. There's a local TV guy who showed how to make sour soup. It's made with sour milk, still on YouTube in German. Or Bastion. Yeah, so there's Zagener Bastion, and then there's what's the Hidden City. The Hidden City of Adalsum, which I think that's the next mission. Because I've got Margaret, and that's her mission. I'm going to pick up a couple of keys. Let's say 8 keys. Yeah, I picked up Margaret, so I will not be doing the Zagener Bastion mission, which makes me happy because I never liked that mission. It's, I mean, way back when I was doing, like, you know, making sure to do all the bonuses and everything, I learned how to do that mission. You know, and it's not that bad, but at the same time, I needed to have a plan for it, and it's been so long, I don't remember the plan. It's definitely challenging, yeah. I mean, I think it's easy to beat the mission, but it's hard to get the bonus. You know, hard to have all 3 of the towers intact at the end of it. Wanderer. That's right. The castle's a little bit of a maze. Let's see. If it were up to me, what would I have for dinner tonight? That's a question. Hang on. I missed door somewhere. Need to go around. Oh, we go in here, don't we? Let's see. Pizza would be good. Spaghetti would be good. See, now I'm married, so it's like whenever I have dinner, you know, whatever's for dinner or a meal, it's rarely what I specifically want. Or, well, there's always a discussion to be had around dinner because, you know, I feel like one thing, my wife feels like another. So that bit of coordination is up in the air, and I have no idea what she's going to want. I did get her some dessert donuts today, so I know she's already going to be looking forward to dessert. By the way, talking about salty stuff, in Sweden, you have 2 versions of pickles. Smorgasgurka, which is pickles, as you know, and saltgurka, which is a salty version more than vinegar. Huh. I'm not a fan of pickles, honestly, because you know, as you say, the vinegar thing, I'm not. Salted pickles, that would be a possibility. A Gurkha is cucumber? Huh. Wait. Hang on. Was I supposed... Oh, I was supposed to talk to him in his throne room before coming out here. Again, I'm not even paying attention to the game. Or barely paying attention. I thought... There he is. He's over here. I got distracted by the portal spiral. I am thinking, depending how I feel next Sunday, maybe I will break out Portal Nights next Sunday if I'm into it. I'll have to refresh my memory on that a little bit. All's well that ends well. We'll be safe under Varish's guard. For the amount of platinum that this venerable fellow paid me for the private use of my amphitheater, I could use some extra protection. Too bad the Astani drained their coffers on that fool's errand of an attack. Anyone with 2 eyes could see that was bound to fail. Enough of talk of business. Come, let us make haste to my amphitheater. Just in time to witness a very special performance. Introduce yourself to Vaughn. Smorgas is a sandwich. Sandwich cucumber. Sandwich cucumber. Just as a term, I find that funny. What's the name of your band? Sandwich Cucumber. There was a band back when I was in college. There was a band in, the area, Northern California, that was kind of modestly large on the underground circuit. Their name was Vomit Launch. I never did go see him play. We were just always amused by the name. Use it more word for word here, yeah. Vaughn the Venerable, good day to you. What's the story about? I didn't want to write something about a hero overcoming any odds or succeeding in the end. Guess you could say it's a traditional tragic of epic proportions. It'll take your breath away if we get to the end. Ha ha ha. Dun dun dun. I'm not sure. I think Freya is the first one we need to deal with. For Salt Gurkha. Salt Gurkha, it does sound more, more Scandinavian. Swedish and salty. Have at ye, scoundrel. Like, ouch. You know what, Margaret? Let's go ahead and have you put down favorable winds. Actually, that might be too early. The Candy. Jungle Vra? I always wonder how close I am with pronunciation. Especially of once you start adding the modifiers on the vowels, I'm like, I don't remember exactly how. Actually, kind of accurate. I'll accept kind of accurate. Thank you. Yes, the play replaying the events of prophecies. Your punishment for trespassing is death. Death, I say! Line. Long favorable winds. You cannot save me. So the prince valiantly laid down his life for this people. Waiting, waiting, waiting. That was too early. This play is utter tripe. That was more of an O sound. Super close. O, but probably with a roll on it, like yo, or something like that. Plan B, smash! And then the valiant Cornins smote the Astani interlopers with a righteous fury. Slightly, maybe. Yeah. Are you guys gonna attack? Wait, there we go. Oh, Freya is a ranger. Oh, they're actually all rangers. Okay. Not a problem. Rangers are funny. It's like I like ranger as primary class for sure. You can do a lot with them, you know. Barrage, barrage pet, splinter barrage, any mix thereof. Trapping, you even make a decent spirit spammer, because of the energy thing on expertise. The whirling defense, farming builds. And yet when you run into ranger NPCs, the enemies, they tend to kind of suck. Sea Royal Finance Manager, okay. And he's back at Honor Hill. Alright. Young Raw is licorice candy dipped in Solmaic powder licorice. Okay, so what flavor of licorice? We typically have red licorice, which tends to be a more sweet, fruity taste, and then there's black licorice, which I'm not a good one to describe the taste of, but honestly, the times I've tasted it tastes kind of like burnt rubber. Apologies to black licorice fans out there, because I know they're out there. How embarrassing. The esteemed Prince Malka sends his apologies. He has since made haste to safer grounds, but left this. Okay, we'll take that. When an obscure Cornan playwright books a private performance at the Poshbaka Amphitheater for the premiere of a questionable work, you know something is amiss. I didn't want to complain because he paid us a heaping sum. With Varys sending her protection forces in, we didn't think anything of it. I would warn Kahani at the Mirror of Liss immediately. Her party is defenseless. Alright, let's say. Black licorice, there's no other licorice. The only actual licorice there is. Yeah, and that's fair. I'm just saying I prefer. Yeah. Damn it, now I want licorice. Red licorice. I should say specifically red vine. I have a strong preference for red vines. I never liked Twizzlers. Red vines is my, red licorice, to go to. But let's see. Mirror of Liss, and it is 6 o'clock here, which actually means it's about time to go in and feed cats. So I think I'm going to end there. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and thanks everyone for dealing with me jabbering on. Today was actually a much more talky stream than I'm used to doing. Let's see, who is online? Tessa is online. As I say, I usually prefer to warn people if I'm going to raid into Tessa. Oh, you know who's online? We can continue the Guild Wars train. Yoon is online. I haven't seen him online in a long time. And he's in pre-searing. I guess he's trying to use a controller. Yeah, I'm going to send you over to Yoon. I think he was in here. He was chatting a couple of weeks ago, I think. Not entirely sure. But he's, somewhat of a fixture. He hangs around in... Had Twizzlers once, never again. Yeah, kind of me too. I prefer red vines. Although red vines, there's also kind of a thing of, it's like... You want them when they're more fresh. When they're... they're still a little bit gooey. Way too chemically tasting. Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to raid Yoon. For Guild Wars fans, chances are you already recognize this guy's name. It looks like he's in pre-searing. I think he's trying to play the game using a controller, which I have not seen before. So it could be interesting. Yoon, yeah, exactly. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll be back Tuesday night. It's going to be Alan Wake 2 Nightmare Mode. Next Saturday, continuing the Dark Souls 2. I'm in the DLC. And then next Sunday... I don't know. We'll see what I feel like. It might be Guild Wars if I feel like it, or I might break out Portal Knights, or maybe even something else. I have no idea. Didn't hear someone else try to play the game blindfolded. I did hear of someone trying to do a blindfold run. I couldn't tell you who it was. Someone tried to make it somehow. Excuse me, to do it. All right, I'm gonna push the raid button now. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and I will, we'll raid into Yoon, and I will see you guys later.